Preview TV, new media with a difference. Welcome to the podium. It's your host, once again, Spencer Anyewanu. I'm back again with another program. It's a new year, 2020. In 2019, we had a wonderful year. We had great political discussions with the likes of Festus Keyamo, SAM. We had an interview with, God rest his soul now, I can't believe he's gone, Senator Ben Uwajimogu. We had a great interview with one of the former Foreign Affairs Ministers. This year, we're expecting to have a wonderful political year. There's going to be various discussions coming up your way. Private TV will be bringing you more shows, more programs. We have the Golden Pot of Hope, and we're going to be bringing you much more programs, especially the kids program. Today on the program, it's an exciting one. In Nigeria, we've been having so many Supreme Court judgments coming through, and people trying to political tussles here and there. And the one that's making the waves right now is the verdict that was given out by the Supreme Court in Nigeria on the Imo State elections. On the program today, I have two wonderful guests who are gonna, help us get into the nitty-gritty of the discussion of the issues. We're going to talk about it. One person is going to be talking from the side of, I'll say the PDP, but he feels aggrieved. And we have a wonderful lady who's going to talk on the side of, she's a barrister. She's going to explain to us the legal issues involved in that verdict. I have in the program a lady who's a barrister. Her name is Barrister Mrs. FR.MBAKA. She's the woman leader of Camp Hope UK and also a principal partner of Royal Victory Attorney. And also next to her is the person he's based here in London. He's an accountant. His name is Mr. Paulinus Inakram, popularly known as Akrams in London. And he's an accountant and the director of Akrams and Company Limited here in London. Like I said, once again, you're an accountant, Mr. Akrams,
yes,
and the barrister former Charles Ume.
Yeah.
Sir, I'd like you to explain a bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and tell us a bit about how you felt when you had the verdict.
Paulinus Inakram from Imo State, Nigeria. I live here in London and I practice. I'm an accountant. Concerning how I felt on the current gubernatorial position of Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha, who the people gave mandate to govern them or to serve them, I can't express my anger, my dissatisfaction or disappointment that the man the state gave the opportunity to rule them has been removed from office. And the people are not happy till today. The Imo State people are in a mourning section. Imo State at the moment is in a total chaos. The people are dissatisfied. We are in a confused state of how that election decision by the Supreme Court of Nigeria on the 14th of January filter through. No sensible person who believes in justice has ever accepted it as a just and fair trial.
Coming back to your question about how I felt, my reaction when I had the judgment, I was happy. That is the truth. I was actually happy because the mandate was given back to the original owner of the mandate. That implies that justice has been done the way it should be. And a lot of people, we know that when a judgment is delivered, some people are happy and some are not happy. But what we are talking about here is point of law. As a lawyer, by virtue of the fact that I'm a lawyer, we talk of facts and evidence. But to laymen, they think of emotions. That is not what it is. Here, there was some votes that were voided by the electoral officer, which was not supposed to be so. He doesn't even have the right to void those votes by virtue of the Constitution. And a whole lot of 308 votes are a lot. And when you think about 388 wards, votes from 388 wards, that is the result from 388 wards, it is not proper for any electoral officer to void them, owing to the fact that these particular results have been endorsed by all the party agents and were also endorsed by the police and the electoral officer in charge at the polling units. So when the electoral officer in the office came up and voided those votes, it is not proper because he does not have the right by law.
Okay, Barrister, I'll bring you in, Mr. Akrams. There's this point, you know, she's coming from the perspective of the law now. There's this issue about Honorable Emeka Ihedioha not getting the constitutionally required 1/4 of the total votes in at least 2/3 of the total local governments, or the several local governments. You know, so that in itself tells you that he didn't really win the election.
Then who did?
Well, if he didn't meet the constitutional requirement, that means he wasn't right.
Let us first facts. I'm very happy that the lawyer here has said that the law deals with facts and evidence. I like that. Those who conducted the election, the INEC officers that conducted the election, they rejected the votes that came in through the back doors. They have absolute right. Lawyer, I'm telling you, they have absolute right.
Who has right? The
Electoral Commission members, they have absolute right to reject any vote that comes into their area through the back door. You don't bring votes that have been doctored into the arena and you want the Federal Electoral Commission to accept them. If they don't have the right to nullify the votes that didn't merit their criteria for the voting, who then has? Now, that is another point. If we are talking about justice, I do not know, I've been wondering how within the state of Imo, no candidate from APC won the vote to the House of Imo State. Even his own word, Uzodinma's own word, he didn't win. Then how could he have won all the 388 votes? It was. How did he meet that criteria?
So I'd like to ask you a question. If he didn't win in his ward, what party won? Do you know the party that won in his ward?
PDP won.
The PDP won in his
Yeah.
ward?
Even in his own word. He didn't win. PDP won.
Well, from what I gathered, it was the AA that won. Because what happened in that election, we all know what happened. I'll come back to you, Free. What happened in that election, from all intents, was there was a split in the APC. Okay?
Yes.
And in the APC, there was a split. And because of that split, a fraction of APC formed the AA, who came second in that election.
Yes.
And when you take the tally of, and most of the, in the House of Senate, in the House of State House of Assembly, most of those that eventually made up the House were people from the AA who were originally from the APC.
But
so saying that there wasn't any APC person that won is not really true.
No. There isn't. Even now there isn't. No candidate. If you ever deflated from one party to the other, you are representing the candidate, the party you have deflated into. You are not deflating the past. You are moving ahead. Sorry. The lawyer, my honorable lawyer here, said that she was happy, and the mandate has been given to the rightful person. But he came forth, and by the ruling of other courts before this time, he was not even a candidate. APC in Imo at that time had 2 candidates, and they felt the law or the regulation of INEC that a party must produce one candidate to represent them.
Okay.
If you ask me, I will tell you that he is not even a party to that very election.
No.
He never participated.
No. Let me comment at this junction. What actually happened, if you had followed the process properly, you can recollect that APC, both the president of President Buhari himself and the national chairman of APC, Adams Oshimoro, they came to Imo State and they presented the incumbent governor, Governor Uzodinma. They presented him as the candidate of APC. That was done at the Imo State Stadium, or what?
I recall that quite well, I remember. Yeah.
Yes. So, that was what happened, saying here that the incumbent governor, Governor Uzodinma, is not a candidate in that election. It's not true.
They were even to the election day of 5th March, 15th March, they were in dispute or who the rightful candidate from APC was, but they never got one. He came forth in the election, and now he is the one that has the mandate.
Yeah,
no, he came forth.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah,
based on what you just said.
He came forth.
How can you explain to us based on the legal
that
side
is, he purportedly came forth.
No, but so how did he become first then? How did it happen?
How did he become first?
Yes, please.
He went to the court to seek redress.
Okay, so
to regain his mandate.
Yeah, because people are confused. The layman on the street is confused.
Yeah,
How did they come forward?
Yes, what happened is that if his votes that were voided were counted from the beginning, from the day the result was announced, he was the original winner. He's supposed to be declared the winner from the inception of the whole thing. But because he was robbed of his mandate by cancelling the INEC official, cancelled, avoided those votes.
Yeah.
That was why it seemed as if to say he came forth. He didn't come forth.
Yeah.
But when a result is announced, if you are not satisfied with it, you are required to go to the court.
Yes.
And that was exactly what he did.
Mr. Akpaz, my question to you would now be, why do you feel that those results in the 388 polling units or wards were not genuine? What evidence? And if you don't bring the genuine, why didn't the Council of Honorable Ihedioha come up with evidence? Because that's how the courts work all over the world.
Now, there are some people, even till tomorrow, that were sent to do the job.
What job?
Yeah, the INEC officials. They are the ones, even till tomorrow, to conduct election and to bring results. The police officer has no right to produce results.
Let
me finish?
Here.
Yeah, the police officer has no right to produce a result. His own duty is to make sure that the booths were guided and the votes were counted and no one evaluated. For them to produce the result is a no-no, a totally unacceptable situation.
Are you aware that in any election, every party produces their agents? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am aware.
Okay, are you also aware that in that election, those results that were voided, that all the agents signed those results?
I can't validate that.
Well, that's what it's
That was what was tendered in court.
I can't validate that.
I want to educate you at this junction.
You educate me on you are raising your own ideas.
No. Like I rightly said, I'm talking on point of law here. Not about science or presumption. What people are doing, they're just speculating. Supreme Court is an apex court of Nigeria.
Accepted.
They cannot make such a mistake.
They have.
Yes, they did not.
That is why.
It's because you are talking based on speculations.
No.
Supreme Court ruled that matter based on point of law.
How do you mean that I'm talking about I'm speculating?
Yes,
one second.
That is what it is.
We are dealing with evidence and facts. The two courts in the country that looked into the votes produced or doctored and brought into the arena and wanted the INEC officials to accept them is totally wrong.
I disagree with you in totality. There was no vote.
One second,
His Excellency Uzodinma did not doctor any vote. If he had doctored any vote, there was no way.
So you mean that all the votes,
even a PDP party agent, not agent, from those 388 polling booths, they all signed this.
That was the evidence.
If they did not sign it, it wouldn't have been admissible.
Let me say one. What reason? I'm trying to find out what reason or reasons the electoral officers have to reject his votes, and all the votes cast all belong to him.
That was the question. Supreme Court asked, and there was no tangible answer. That was why Supreme Court ruled that the votes should not be voided. Even the electoral officer does not even possess the right in the first instance. Going by the 1999 Constitution and the Electoral Act, the electoral officer, he does not have that right. Law that does not permit him to cancel those votes, having been signed and endorsed by the INEC official at the polling unit.
That's a fact. In every
polling unit, there is an INEC official, and they all sign these votes. How come when the votes were submitted,
that is what we are hearing for the first time.
The polling officer now voided the votes. He has no right to do that.
No. That is what we are. Do you mean that those who were asked to do the job, they don't know their job? The decision of the Supreme Court of Nigeria at the moment brings the country in total disrepute. Now, I have been trying to figure out in my own little way, how comes it that every vote cast that Hope Uzodinma brought, they were only for him. One second, let me finish. Now we have, in my own, those who are watching or that in the know, in Imo State or in Nigeria at the moment, people generally vote for parties, or currently vote for parties instead of the individual.
No.
And in Imo State, it is dominated by PDP.
That is immaterial.
And
that is immaterial.
No,
that is immaterial. Why
what
it is immaterial? Why it is? I said that it is immaterial is that now people are no longer voting based on party. People vote based on individual involved, the candidate. That is what people look at. What is the capacity of this individual? Can he deliver? Can he rebuild our state? And does he have the capacity to put smiles in the faces of the immortalized?
No.
That is the question here. And when you look at it, just like you pointed out before, that His Excellency Governor Uzodinma lost in his own word. That is not true. What happened is that people, because you made reference to the state assembly members. State assembly member, there are two different columns where they vote. State assembly member is different from the card for state assembly member is different from that of governor.
Yeah, so it's not the way it's not like in the UK. You know where we take one and it covers everyone.
No. They are separate. Yeah, they are separate.
Yeah.
So people go there. They already know in the party. When I was in Nigeria, I've been a politician, right?
Yeah.
So we educate our members
on how to vote.
On how to vote. Every ward we educate the members.
On who to
even
vote.
the ones that does not know anything, we tell them this is the color.
Yeah.
This is the color of the voter's card. This color of this voter's card is for governor. This one is for State House of Assembly because
I will take you straight on that.
That is
I will take you straight on that point.
So for you to say here that because the State Assembly member representing his local government won. Okay, he lost there. No, he did not lose.
He did.
He did not lose because they voted. Do you know the votes that were cancelled? Do you know why they cancelled? They voted those votes. Do you know why?
Are you accepting the areas? The votes that were.
Those are the areas he has his people. Those are the areas.
The stronghold.
His stronghold. They voted those votes because that is his stronghold. Those 388 polling stations. That was why they voted it.
Okay, but Rasifi, Mr. Krams, I'd like to ask you a question again. From the legal standpoint, let me tell you, I've looked into it personally, and I've heard so many political commentators, I've heard legal personnel speak about it, and what comes across is this issue of evidence. When you go to the courts, we saw what happened with O.J. Simpson, for instance. You went to a court, we know he was, people knew who committed the crime. But if you don't have the evidence to back up your claim, right? I've come to your place, say I come to your house and walk away and your television missing, you have strong feelings it was me, but we go to court, you don't have the evidence to provide, even though you know it's me. That's the way the courts work. You will not get the judgment. So the question I want to ask you is, what would have been a fair judgment to you, in your perspective?
Now, a fair judgment is for whoever that to have to serve the people should have been there.
Even if he doesn't have the evidence to back up his claim?
No. The evidence we have is very clear.
So why didn't
No, 1 second. You asked me a question?
Yes.
Yeah, give me the opportunity to answer.
Okay.
So, as it is, the people cast their vote, and the votes were counted. The INEC officials produced the results, and the results were accepted. All of a sudden, what I am asked to believe now is that the INEC officials, they do not have a right to nullify any vote that is wrong. You spoke about colors, and none of the votes cast for him in this very last judgment, none of them was void. None of them. None of them was void. Using your example about color, none of them was marked on the wrong side.
No, I need to correct something.
No, do you know why? If those votes were supposed to be voided, it's supposed to happen at the polling units.
That's
yes.
Not
at the collection
at
center.
the collection center, right? When they were there, the essence of every party having an agent is for the agent to represent that party there.
Yes.
If there is any malpractice or whatever, the onus is on the party agent to object to that effect.
And I tell you
at that point, the PDP party agent and other party agents, they signed. Even the police there, because police also supposed to sign as the security agent there.
So
the INEC official, excuse me, sir, the INEC official that was at the various polling units, they all signed. It's because these areas, these polling units are the units, his stronghold, the stronghold of the incumbent governor. That was why they were voided. It was something that was done deliberately. There was no vote there that was voided, because how you vote the vote is maybe in that column. When you put, we also educate them. When you vote, probably the ink cross to another line. That is when it is voided, because you cannot actually ascertain which party the person voted for. That is why it is called voided.
You said it today that the INEC officials, they do not have right to void votes.
I said the INEC officer at the office, because he wasn't even present there.
No,
the only thing he acts on is what are presented before him. So why would the party agents endorse this result? And you are saying that they are doctored.
In the interest of justice and fairness, which we are all aspiring for, the court would have, that's my own suggestion, would have said, okay, for peace to reign, let us rerun all those areas, or worse, that the votes that Uzodinma brought in, so that we have to be fair and just in all we do.
Even though there was evidence.
Those evidence are fake.
No, nothing was fake. That is your layman's perspective. You are talking about layman's perspective.
You know what? Our people, mostly politicians, they know how to doctor things.
How do they doctor?
So are you trying to tell us? Are you trying to tell us? See, what I am referring you to my initial, a statement or submission, so to speak, right?
Which is
we are, by virtue of the fact that I'm a lawyer, we are, even all the courts, they rule. All the judges, they rule based on point of law, based on the text of the law.
I need to step in. Please, I need to step in. We're going to stop now at this juncture. We're going to have to go for a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue this heated discussion.
There is something that I want to clarify.
We're going to go on a break and we'll be back soon.
Yeah, just
Come and relax at Banana Restaurant and Bar. Our fully refurbished lounge design and decor is for your absolute comfort. Our unique taste and authentic food quality sets us apart from the rest. Our bar is fully licensed and stocked with the finest wine and cocktails, with beer pulled from the barrel. We also have designated nights for karaoke, Latino music and reggae, and at weekends Banana Restaurant and Bar, with the disco lights and smoke, is transformed to a compact nightclub with the best DJs on deck to supply the latest dance tracks. Our close proximity to Tottenham Football Stadium makes for great ambience on match days. consistently rated 4 to 5 star by the British Food Standards Agency means food hygiene is excellent. Our specially created dishes keep our customers coming back for more. For takeaway orders and party bookings, please call 0208 885 1779. You can also place orders via Just Eat and Uber Eats. We are located at number 594B Tottenham High Road, London N17 9TA. Banana Restaurant and Bar, the African pride in North London. Welcome back to the program. We have a wonderful discussion. I have BARR.IFEOMA-CHARLES Thanks for staying with us, and I have Mr. Akrams, an accountant here in the UK. The discussion was really heated before we went on the break. Please, and I think you were trying to explain about the INEC officer, what right he has. You were saying he has a right, really, to void the votes. And I think Ifeoma was saying that, Mr. Barrister Ifeoma was saying that in the polling units is where the results are either cancelled or validated.
Absolutely.
And that's done because in those units you have present the party agents, you have the police officer, you have the INEC officer, and everyone there the votes are counted. After the votes are counted, everyone signs and agrees to it, and everyone gets their own counterpart copy of it's like getting a receipt. Everyone gets their receipt. And that was what was presented. So I'm wondering how, the Electoral Act tells you that once those results have been authenticated by everyone present and agreed to and signed for, it cannot then be voided. Those results must be admitted by the collection agents.
Absolutely. But with those who we sent on the job, when I say we, that's Nigerians sent as electoral officers. When we send them there to go and organize the election, and they said that this very document is not adequate, we have to obey them. The way this very judgment has gone now ridicules INEC in total. And if INEC results are not acceptable, they're not accredited, they are not recognized to be authentic, and an individual's result produced from anywhere is then accepted, then that tells us that we are senseless people.
Why still going back to what you were saying before. See, I think you have to look for a copy of the Supreme Court judgment and take your time to study it so that you have an insight of what happened.
But have you?
Because yes, I have. I'm a lawyer.
Okay. Being a lawyer does not mean that you have studied the document.
No, I have studied it.
Okay.
Yes, that is why I'm talking to you.
Can you provide me with one this evening?
Yes, I will provide you.
All right, then
when we finish now, I will provide you with one right here.
What justifies that?
So what I'm trying to say to you, you are talking about rejecting INEC results.
Absolutely.
I have explained to you before that these results we are talking about here, that we are voided by the returning officer, we are signed by all the party agents and the INEC official at the various polling units.
And I said that is totally
They were all signed.
No.
They were all signed.
I'd like to hold you there because we made that point over and over.
Because he's going back to that. He's still maintaining. He's still maintaining that.
What reason?
INEC result was rejected by Supreme Court.
Yeah.
No.
But I want, please, for 1 second, I'd like you to tell us, you know, what is said in law is that the law has to be seen to be fair. Yeah. And not only seen to be fair, not only fair, but it has to be explicitly, yes. So the point is, how this judgment went, you can see how people in Imo State are not happy. That's a fact.
People,
But,
innocent people are happy.
No.
People that are not happy,
we've seen
they are
we've
just
seen many
small
protests.
factions.
We've seen many protests.
If you watch television today,
We've seen
there
protests.
was a solidarity march in support of His Excellency Governor Uzodinma today.
Yes.
In Owerri.
No, but the point I'm trying to make.
In Owerri.
Yeah,
yes, you can go to
Yes, no, that's a
YouTube.
fact.
I think they should have it in
But
YouTube. Go and watch it.
the point I'm trying to
Come
make.
and see what millions of people on the road.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is
Solidarity walk.
the point I'm trying to make is, in law, isn't there a way you can give a verdict that would be seen to be fair? That's what the point is trying to make. Like, you know, people were saying perhaps a rerun could have made it a bit fairer. Because you know the issue of this, we know how Nigeria works. In Nigeria, it's possible, perhaps. Is it possible?
We are talking on point of law. I want to correct that notion. I want to correct that notion because I know where you're going.
Yeah, but I'm coming. But is it possible that in those 388 polling units, that someone had the potential or possibility with the resources to actually get all those people to sign those documents? Right? Is it possible? I'm asking.
It's not possible.
I'm not asking.
It's not possible.
Is it possible?
They were signed on the election day.
Now have the original.
At the very polling unit. They were all signed before everyone. Because let me tell you, as somebody that I'm always in Nigeria whenever there is an election, right? When after voting, everybody stays back. Even people use their phone to video.
Yes.
They are there when they are counting the votes. People are there counting it with them. Nobody do it in a hidden place. It's done openly, and everybody is coming along. So all the party agents were there in those various polling booths, and they watch it. If there was any objection, they would have raised it at the polling units. Governor Uzodinma did not go and cover them. Of course, he wasn't there.
No,
he's not a he can't be in every place, and he can't come to the public where everybody were watching and start giving them money or trying to bribe anybody. He does not bribe anybody. That is not even in his character.
Do you think this is possible? You think it's possible?
What is possible?
That he would have cornered 388 polling units, got on each the police officers.
I've said today that those documents. I've said that those documents have never been verified and they have never been validated. That what he claims to have been signed were signed by those people. Yes. And I have been wondering. So why didn't
the council of the people?
Agent.
You know, in the Supreme Court, the INEC officers were told to bring their own evidence. They couldn't bring anything different. The documents they brought tallied with what the PDP agents had. The PDP party couldn't bring other evidence to disprove or discredit.
No.
In addition to that, in addition to that, I want to bring a clarification.
It's only them that have that very evidence. No other. The party agents never had it. You need to
read the Supreme Court.
The INEC officers never had it.
No, Chief.
No other party has it. Only Uzodinma's party.
If it was only Uzodinma's party, the Supreme Court wouldn't have admitted.
I have been asking you
the Supreme Court wouldn't have admitted.
1 second, madam. If you allow me to talk, and I'm saying, I do not know what reason or reasons that INEC officers have to reject valid votes. But it is the votes that were cast outside their watch.
Yes.
Or rigged, if you allow me, or meddled with, that they did not accept.
Okay, so I'm going to move off a little bit.
Let me make this very point. Now, if we are dealing with people, we have to deal with them with fairness, justice, and equity. We are not going to, I'm not interested. If Uzodinma had been the person that the Imo people voted, I wouldn't have had any objection.
He was the person Imo people voted. He was the person, and he made the political requirements. The constitutional.
No, he was not a party.
He made the constitutional requirements. which is the former governor.
I've said it many times.
Governor Hope will
Based on the law, governing election in Nigeria, he was not a member of the. He never participated in the election.
Which election?
The gubernatorial election that took place on the 15th of March, 2019.
Who did not participate?
Huh?
Who did not participate?
Hope
participated.
By INEC officials requirement.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm telling you the facts.
You have no facts. What you're saying is that he did not come forth.
One second.
He did not come forth.
No. That is the result.
Yeah, that was.
That is the result.
It wasn't the result. It's not the result.
He came forth.
It's not the result.
Why did they not consider the person that came second?
Everything we manipulated from the beginning.
Who did the manipulation?
PDP manipulated it.
They manipulated.
Yes, they manipulated it because
they manipulated.
Yeah, they manipulated it. Do you know why?
They manipulated the court. They manipulated the court. I want to know.
I'm saying PDP. You said he did not win. That is why
he didn't win.
He won.
And he will not even win. Should the election be rerun by tomorrow, he must never ever win. Irrespective of any machinery we put in place. If
those voted votes were counted from the beginning, he won the election. He won the election.
The votes are not valid. They were prepared somewhere.
Can I now move off a bit?
Look at Chief, you need to be well informed.
I am very well informed. You are better informed than most of you.
You are in UK, you don't know what occurs in Nigeria. You are in UK.
You might say so.
I will explain it more to you. You don't know much about it. You need to go and read the electoral act. Study it. When you study it, you won't talk about it.
I'd like to now ask you a question because I know when it comes to the law, you can see she knows.
There was something. Before your question, before I forget this, there was a question you came up with, but you directed it to him.
Okay, what was that?
I want to clarify something. Here, he talked about. There was a time he said that Supreme Court would have been fair to, to order for a rerun. Yeah. Rerun is not called for in any way. Do you know why? In this election, right?
Yeah.
In this election, after Governor Hope Uzodinma filed an appeal at the Supreme Court, the onus is on the respondent to file counter appeal to that effect. If they know that they have any evidence to prove the appellant wrong, they would have filed a counter appeal, but they did not.
So
and you know we have 16 days. We have 16 days within which they could file an appeal, and this 16 days
they file appeal for a decision that has not been reached. Is that the way the law operates?
Let me tell you, they were served.
No.
They were served.
You file a counter.
You file this appeal at the Supreme Court. They were served. His counsel were served. They were not being served. So at that point, the onus is on them to counter appeal. You understand? And the Supreme Court, if you had gone through the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court ordered, why they ordered that these votes should these voted votes should be added to his votes. You understand? Number of votes he got is because they expected the respondents
to come up with their own evidence.
To come up with counter appeal.
No,
having been served.
Counter appeal.
You understand? But they did not do that. They did not do that. And all the evidence. See, let me tell you. I said to you before that as a lawyer on points of law, we deal with facts and evidence. Let me tell you, for instance, you can say that somebody killed somebody now. You can say that somebody killed somebody out here. If there is no evidence to protest your point,
we know that.
You cannot prove it. You can be judged for false accusation, right? Yes. So what I'm saying to you is that the respondent was not able to prove their case.
Yes.
Because the appellant served them.
Yes.
They were served, the most appropriate way they should be served. They were served, and the time was given to them to respond. But they could not come up with because they know that was the right result. There was nothing to object to.
1 second, I need to say something now, yeah? The point I'm I want us to get on to now is, we've seen what transpired, and, you know, we can try and blame each other. I don't know, you're blaming the... I don't know who you're blaming.
The system is corrupt.
So my question is...
I'm a law officer. I disagree with you. No, not judiciary. Judiciary is not corrupt. Judiciary is not corrupt. No. I disagree with you. I'm a law officer.
It doesn't matter. The system is totally corrupt.
Judiciary is not corrupt.
Can I put a question now, please?
They rule the matter.
Let me ask the question. Can I ask the question?
And let me
ask the question. The question is, who then, if we feel that, you know, who do you blame? Is it INEC? Is it the council of the respondents? In this case, the PDP and the Honorable Ihedioha. Do you blame the INEC of, I said INEC. Do you blame the system in Nigeria? Do you blame the judiciary?
No.
Do you blame Nigeria? Who do you blame in this kind of thing? Because the point is, we're trying to create a system.
The truth is very clear.
I'll start with you, Mr. Ahmed, please.
Well, I wouldn't say I blame this, I blame that. I said earlier that the system is corrupt.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, you will. I know. Now, the law we have had before in the past, where judges took bribe to favor one party or the other. That has not changed.
Do you have a proof that is right?
Yes. Before this very time,
Let him speak. Let him finish.
the justice of the nation was changed. I do not know why. But if you interview him, he might give you an insight on why it was changed a few months before.
So you think that was premeditated?
Because there was an allegation that was...
Madam, I always give you the opportunity to hear me.
Sorry, sir.
Now, the situation we have here is that it was changed.
Yes.
And somebody was installed. And immediately he came with this very volatile, very controversial type of judgment. My own way of looking at things is that possibly the justice of the state, of the nation that was changed, did not accept the conditions for this very ruling. And if Honorable Emeka Ihedioha had not been a sensible, a law-abiding citizen, he would have said, I do not believe in the decision of the court. And possibly chaos or war could have broken out in Igbo land. And what would have happened? Then the president would have drafted in.
That is not possible.
Yeah, would have drafted in soldiers to come and kill the Igbos.
Nigeria, so he must abide by the Supreme Court rule. Have you heard about anti-court pleases? Do you know the meaning?
Madam, you have been in support of the law even when they are wrong.
No.
You don't come out with the facts, you don't come out with the figures, but you come out with sentiments and emotions, which you said that it is what
I'm talking on point of law. You are the one talking based on sentiment and emotions.
Okay, but
I have nothing to do with sentiment and emotions.
We're going to start winding down. We're going to start winding down now. So we're going to start winding down.
There's something I want to.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond here, but I wanted to point out something, and then you take over.
Okay.
In this case of Imo State, this particular, it's not peculiar to Imo State. We saw something similar happen in Zamfara State.
Yes.
The current
the
current governor of Rivers State, Governor Wike, lost in the appeal court, the tribunal. He lost in the appeal court, but he won in the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And he's now the governor of Rivers State. Nothing happened.
Look,
no one died. So my point is this, yeah. How come this particular case is peculiar?
It's unjust.
No.
It's unfair.
In Zamfara State,
and the people are not happy. And don't have the votes.
In Zamfara State,
that is sentiment.
No, my question,
we're talking on point of view. Just read the judgment. That will settle everything. That will answer all your questions.
In Zamfara State and in River State, this same thing happened. The APC lost their seat. They lost all House Reps members or State House members. And in
No
Rivers State,
candidate at all.
they had no candidate.
Yes, no candidate
so they
at
lost
all.
everything.
And
And that was given to the PDP.
Just-
And
yeah,
in Rivers State,
Yes.
the same
PDP.
PDP. So
who could you have given into when they never even featured any candidate?
So why didn't APC object to those judgments and do some demonstration in Nigeria?
But it's the questions to you now.
Yeah.
Why is it that people in Imo State are so angry about this?
PrimeView TV, new media with a difference. Come and relax at Banana Restaurant and Bar. Our fully refurbished lounge design and decor is for your absolute comfort. Our unique taste and authentic food quality sets us apart from the rest. Our bar is fully licensed and stocked with the finest wine and cocktails with beer pulled from the barrel. We also have designated nights for karaoke, Latino music and reggae, and at weekends Banana Restaurant and Bar with the disco lights and smoke is transformed to a compact nightclub with the best DJs on deck to supply the latest dance tracks. Our close proximity to Tottenham Football Stadium makes for great ambience on match days. Consistently rated 4 to 5 star by the British Food Standards Agency means food hygiene is excellent. Our specially created dishes keep our customers coming back for more. For takeaway orders and party bookings, please call 0208 885 1779. You can also place orders via Just Eat and Uber Eats. We are located at number 594B Tottenham High Road, London N17 9TA. Banana Restaurant and Bar, the African pride in North London. PrimeView TV, new media with a difference.